What was discovered 200 feet below San Francisco will change how you see this city forever. The City of Hills, tech innovation, and the Golden Gate. San Francisco draws millions of visitors each year who walk these famous streets completely unaware of what lies just beneath their feet. A hidden world of buried ships, forgotten earthquake ruins, secret military bunkers, and engineering marvels that keep this city from crumbling into the sea. With special access to places most San Franciscans don't even know exist. From gold rush artifacts frozen in time to the truth about Alcatraz's rumored escape tunnels. But beneath these familiar pavements lies a secret history that begins with the very land itself. Most visitors don't realize they're walking on artificial land. Before the gold rush, San Francisco's original shoreline ran along what's now Montgomery Street, 3 blocks inland from the current Embarcadero. As gold fever brought thousands to the city in 1849, San Francisco rapidly expanded. The solution? Simply fill the bay and build on top. Developers dumped sand from nearby dunes and even entire abandoned ships into the bay to create new land. Today, most of the financial district, South Beach and Mission Bay sit on this unstable, filled ground. And that creates a unique problem. During earthquakes, this artificial soil undergoes liquefaction, essentially turning to quicksand. It's why San Francisco's infrastructure requires innovative engineering you won't find in most cities. Just below street level runs one of the city's engineering marvels, the BART and Muni metro systems. Unlike subway tunnels in solid bedrock cities like New York, San Francisco's transit tunnels required flexible design to withstand seismic activity. BART's transbay tube, which we'll explore deeper in our journey, uses an innovative floating design that can move up to 5 feet during a major earthquake without breaking. But the city's history is literally carved into its infrastructure. These manhole covers aren't just functional, they're historical artifacts. This one, marked SFWD 1908, was installed just after the 1906 earthquake and fire that destroyed most of the city. It's part of the emergency water system built specifically to fight future fires. Did you know? San Francisco has over 65,000 manholes, some dating back to the 1860s. As we prepare to descend deeper into San Francisco's underground world, remember that what's beneath your feet is as much a part of this city's story as its famous hills and bridges. As we move beyond the surface infrastructure to depths of 10 to 30 feet, we enter a layer of San Francisco that contains some of its most fascinating historical secrets. We're now standing in what appears to be an ordinary basement in the financial district, but look closer at these unusual support beams. This isn't standard construction timber. It's actually part of a ship's hull, specifically from the Arkansas, a vessel abandoned during the gold rush. Beneath the financial district lie the remains of over 40 ships, abandoned when their crews deserted for the gold fields. As the city rapidly expanded, developers found it easier to build on top of these ships than to remove them. These vessels, once cutting-edge clipper ships and sturdy whalers, became instant landfill, buried and forgotten as the city grew. In 1994, construction workers discovered the remains of the ship General Harrison while excavating for a new building at Clay and Battery Streets. Rather than remove it, developers incorporated viewing windows to showcase this piece of buried history. From transporting eager gold seekers to serving as the literal foundation of San Francisco's financial center, these ships completed a journey their captains never imagined. Moving to another part of the city, we're now beneath Chinatown, where legends of an extensive tunnel network have persisted for generations. Popular myths claim miles of secret passages housed opium dens, gambling halls, and smuggling operations. The reality is both less extensive and more complex. What we're seeing isn't a vast tunnel network, but rather interconnected basements and limited passageways. During the Chinese Exclusion Act era from 1882 to 1943, these connections served a critical purpose. These weren't tunnels built for nefarious purposes. During periods of intense anti-Chinese discrimination and violence, these passageways allowed residents to move between buildings safely, essentially creating an underground community where Chinese immigrants could avoid harassment. Some spaces also housed shrines and community gathering places when above-ground assembly was restricted or dangerous. Throughout San Francisco, the past peeks through in unexpected ways. These purple glass panels embedded in sidewalks aren't modern art installations. They're prism lights, designed to illuminate basements and underground workspaces in the era before reliable electric lighting. What's now below street level was once the actual street level. After the 1906 earthquake and fire, many streets were raised 5 to 10 feet, turning former ground floors into basements. The result is the city under glass, preserved spaces visible through these sidewalk skylights. Perhaps most surprising in this layer of San Francisco's underground are the ancient streams that once flowed openly across the peninsula. Before urbanization, San Francisco was laced with creeks and surrounded by wetlands. As the city developed, these waterways were channeled into brick tunnels and buried, but they haven't stopped flowing. This is Mission Creek, once a significant waterway supporting Native American settlements. Now it flows beneath the Mission and Soma districts through Victorian-era brick tunnels, invisible to the residents above. These underground streams still shape the city above. During heavy rains, they can overflow their engineered channels, which is why certain intersections consistently flood during storms. As we descend even deeper beneath San Francisco, the forgotten infrastructure grows larger and more mysterious. What awaits us 30 to 100 feet below the surface reveals how the city survived its greatest disasters and prepared for threats that never came. We've now descended to depths between 30 and 100 feet, where San Francisco's largest and most crucial infrastructure systems operate in perpetual darkness. This cavernous chamber is part of San Francisco's auxiliary water supply system, a separate high-pressure water network built specifically for fighting fires after the catastrophic 1906 earthquake. When the 1906 earthquake struck, it wasn't the tremors that destroyed most of the city. It was the fires that followed. With regular water mains broken, firefighters watched helplessly as flames consumed block after block. The solution was as ambitious as it was ingenious. A completely independent water system with its own reservoirs, pipes and pumps that could withstand major seismic activity. The system includes 135 million gallons of dedicated water storage and can even pump directly from the bay in emergencies. These massive pipes carry water at pressures up to 300 pounds per square inch, enough to shoot water to the top of the city's tallest hills without additional pumping. But not all of San Francisco's underground was built to protect from natural disasters. During World War II and the Cold War, the threat came from above. This reinforced bunker was part of a network of civil defense installations built initially during World War II, when fears of Japanese attacks on the West Coast ran high. After the war, these facilities were expanded during the Cold War to serve as fallout shelters and emergency command centers. Most San Franciscans have no idea that beneath landmarks like Land's End and the Presidio lie massive concrete bunkers designed to house military personnel and critical communications equipment. Built in the 1960s, this quarter-mile passage allows for the secure transport of prisoners between facilities without exposure to public areas. It's also designed to function as an emergency evacuation route for justice officials during disasters. Not all of San Francisco's underground infrastructure was completed as planned. This room contains the remnants of what would have been the city's most ambitious transportation project. In the 1930s, planners designed an extensive subway network that would have connected every neighborhood with underground rapid transit. Financial constraints during the Great Depression and World War II shelved these plans indefinitely. This tunnel segment is all that remains of that grander vision, a ghost passage that leads nowhere, hinting at what might have been. For decades, rumors have persisted about secret tunnels running from Alcatraz Island to the mainland, possible escape routes that prisoners might have used. The truth? No such tunnels exist. With treacherous currents and over a mile of deep bay water between Alcatraz and the shore, constructing such tunnels would have been virtually impossible with period technology. What does exist are natural sea caves around the island's perimeter, some large enough for a small boat to enter during high tide. These caves likely fueled the tunnel myths, but they don't connect to the prison or the mainland. During Prohibition from 1920 to 1933, San Francisco's underground took on a different purpose. Beneath many buildings in North Beach and the Tenderloin, speakeasies operated in connected basements with hidden entrances. Some of these illicit bars were connected by short tunnels to nearby buildings, allowing patrons to escape during police raids. Several still operate today as legitimate bars, preserving their hidden entrances as novelties. As we prepare to explore the deepest accessible parts of San Francisco's underground, 100 to 200 feet below the surface, we enter realms few humans ever see. Here lie the engineering marvels that keep the city functioning against all geographic odds. At depths reaching 100 to 200 feet beneath San Francisco, we find the city's most impressive engineering achievements, massive projects built to overcome seemingly impossible challenges. We're now inside a maintenance section of the BART transbay tube, a 3.6-mile underwater tunnel connecting San Francisco to Oakland. This engineering marvel sits 135 feet below the surface of San Francisco Bay. Built between 1965 and 1969, the tube wasn't actually dug under the bay. It was assembled from 57 massive concrete sections. Each section was built on land, floated into position, then sunk into a trench dredged in the bay floor. What makes this tube unique is its seismic design. It uses flexible joints that can move up to 5 feet horizontally and 2 feet vertically during an earthquake without breaking. The tube is essentially floating in a semi-liquid environment and designed to move with the earth rather than resist it. Over 400,000 passengers travel through this tube each weekday, most never realizing they're inside one of the world's most innovative underwater structures. San Francisco's unstable soil creates unique challenges for building tall structures. At the Salesforce Tower construction site, engineers had to reach unprecedented depths to find stable footing. Most of downtown San Francisco sits on a sandwich of artificial fill, bay mud, sand, and clay, before finally reaching bedrock at varying depths. For the 1,070-foot Salesforce Tower, the city's tallest building, engineers had to drill 42 concrete piles more than 300 feet deep to reach bedrock. These piles are wider than many subway tunnels. Other skyscrapers use different approaches, essentially floating on the soft soil using massive concrete mats that spread the building's weight over a larger area. When these systems fail, the results can be dramatic. The infamous Millennium Tower has sunk over 18 inches and tilted 14 inches because its piles weren't anchored to bedrock, a costly engineering lesson. Perhaps the most vital infrastructure beneath San Francisco is one most residents never think about, the system that delivers virtually every drop of water the city uses. San Francisco's water begins its journey 167 miles away at the Hetch Hetchy Reservoir in Yosemite National Park. This controversial reservoir, completed in 1923, flooded a valley that naturalist John Muir compared to Yosemite Valley itself. From there, water travels through a remarkable system of tunnels, pipelines, and aqueducts, crossing the Central Valley, passing through mountains, and traversing multiple earthquake faults. Some sections of this system run more than 200 feet underground. The engineering is so precise that through most of the journey, the water flows by gravity alone, no pumping required. Did you know? San Francisco's water system produces clean hydroelectric power as it flows downhill, powering city services. At similar depths throughout the Bay Area lies another critical network, the seismic monitoring system that tracks earthquake activity in real time. These instruments are so sensitive they can detect earthquakes happening worldwide, but their most important function is providing precious seconds of warning before shaking reaches the city. When an earthquake begins, seismic waves travel at different speeds. The faster P waves are detected by these instruments, which instantly calculate when the more damaging S waves will arrive. This can provide up to 60 seconds of warning, enough time to stop elevators, shut off gas lines, and prepare emergency systems. One of San Francisco's least-known secrets lies in the geological composition far beneath the city, gold deposits that have never been fully explored. The same geological forces that created the gold-rich Sierra Nevada foothills also formed similar formations beneath San Francisco. During the gold rush, miners actually established several small operations in the city itself. The most successful was the Allegheny Mines Company, which extracted gold from beneath what's now the Sunset District. Operations ceased not because the gold ran out, but because urban development made mining impractical. Current estimates suggest there could be significant gold deposits beneath the city, particularly under Twin Peaks and portions of the western neighborhoods. But the combination of depth, urban development, and environmental regulations means this gold will likely remain untouched. As we make our way back toward the surface, we've only scratched the surface of what lies beneath San Francisco. Countless other tunnels, caverns, and infrastructures remain hidden, some forgotten, others highly classified. Our journey through San Francisco's underground world reveals a fundamental truth about all cities. They exist not just in the buildings we see, but in layers of history stacked beneath our feet. Each generation builds atop the work of those who came before. Gold rush ships become foundations for skyscrapers, streams become sewers, military bunkers become forgotten time capsules. This vertical archaeology tells San Francisco's story more honestly than any museum could, revealing how the city responded to disasters, adapted to growth, and continuously reinvented itself. The next time you visit San Francisco, take a moment to notice these small portals to the underground, the manholes, the basement windows, the mysterious doors that seem to lead nowhere. We walk these streets every day, never realizing the incredible world beneath our feet. The next time you visit San Francisco, remember, you're only seeing half the city. The rest remains hidden beneath. If you were fascinated by San Francisco's underground world, you won't believe what we found beneath New York, Seattle, or Boston. Comment below which city's underground secrets I should explore next. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to join us on more urban explorations that will change how you see the world around you. Until next time, remember, the most fascinating parts of our cities might be the parts we never see.